very dark, with high, prominent cheekbones and eyes set wide in her face. She reminds him of someone he knew many years ago but can't remember who. Fife likes the sheen cast by her smooth brown skin. She is a home-cared day nurse and doesn't have to wear a uniform on the job unless the client requests it. Emma, when she hired Renee, had specified, "No uniform, please. My husband does not want a uniformed nurse." But Renee showed up in crisp whites anyhow. It spooked Fife at first, but after 10 days he has gotten used to it. Also, his condition is worse now than when she first arrived. He's weaker and more addled, only intermittently, but with increasing frequency, and is less able to pretend that he is only temporarily disabled, out of whack, recovering from a curable illness. The nurse's uniform doesn't bother him as much now. They're ready to add a night nurse, and this time Emma has not specified, "Please no uniform." Renee pushes the wheelchair across the kitchen, and as they pass through the breakfast room, Fife flashes a glance out the tall, narrow, 20-paned window and down at the black, domed tops of umbrellas fighting the wind on Sherbrooke. Large flakes of soft snow are mixed into the rain, and a slick gray slush covers the sidewalks. Traffic sloshes soundlessly past. Gusts of wind beat in silence against the thick walls of the fortress-like gray cut-stone building. The large rambling apartment takes up the entire southeast half of the 3rd floor. The Archdiocese of Montreal used the building to house the nuns of the Little Franciscan Sisters of Mary in the 1890s and sold it in the 1960s to a developer who converted it into a dozen high-ceilinged 6- and 7-room luxury apartments. Renee says that Madame Fife took one look at the weather and said she was glad to stay home today. Madame Fife is working in her office on her computer. She asked Renee to tell Fife that she will come out to see him when the film people start the interview. "Yeah, well, I can't do this if she's not here. You know what I mean?" he asks again. Renee says since he will in reality be talking to a movie camera, and the man doing the interview, and the people who will someday watch the movie on television, can't he pretend that he's talking to his wife, the same as if she was there in reality? He says, "You talk too much." "You asked if I knew what you mean about wanting her to hear you in the interview." "Yes, I did, but still, you talk too much." She slides open the heavy pocket door to the living room and shoves the wheelchair over the high threshold into the darkened room. The Fifes' apartment was originally occupied by the Monseigneur, who supervised the seminary. It's a wood-paneled 3-bedroom flat with a formal dining room, parlor, reception hall, office, and library that Fife uses as an editing room. He bought the apartment in the late 1980s when the bottom fell out of Westmount real estate. Leonard Fife and Emma Flynn are childless, bilingual, socially attractive, and artistic semi-celebrities, and over the years they have adapted the rooms to suit the overlapping needs of their professional and personal lives. Nothing in the room is the way he remembers it. Instead of entering a large, high-ceilinged living room with 4 tall curtained windows, a room comfortably furnished with mid-20th century sofas and chairs and lamps and tables, Fife has entered a black box of unknown dimensions. He can feel the presence of several other people in the box, perhaps as many as 4. Their silence is sudden, like held breath, as if caused by his entry, as if they don't want him to know they have been talking about him, about his illness. They exhale, and he hears them breathing. His sense of smell and taste are nearly deadened, and his sight has turned cloudy, but his hearing is still reliable. "Over here, Leo." It's Malcolm, speaking in English. He says, "Vincent, give us some light, will you?" Vincent is the